Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Don't get into a business just for money. Just for money. Now I know, anybody, you still want to make money. Let's just be cool about that. Let's be cool, let's be clear about that part. You still want to make money, but don't get into any business just for money. Just for money. That's how a lot of people get messed up. They'll get into a particular business just for the money of it, but then those are the businesses that fail. Because businesses are not something you just say, hey, I'm going to get into it, I'm going to make money. Please, most businesses fail in the first year. Most businesses fail because people get into it. They say, oh, they're making money into it. Like I knew this acquainted with this gentleman who got into the smoothie business. And he was getting into it for money, and he had been a serial entrepreneur, got into different things. And I knew him actually from another business. But he got into this one business selling smoothies, and he didn't last that long. But he didn't get into it for love or anything. He got into it because that's a popular thing. It still is. But you can't do that. You can't do that. If you get into a business, yes, you want to make money. Let's be clear on that. But you got to have some love for it. But you know why? For a very simple reason. It's the love that's going to keep you in that business. Very, very, very few businesses make money their first year out. Very few. Very, very few. I can't emphasize that enough. When I started my publishing business, it was 6 years before I made any real money with it. Shoot, when I was doing taxes on it, I was always at a loss. It was 6 years before I had a book that was selling that I could actually say I was making some money off of. But what kept me in that business? I had a love for writing. I had a love for publishing. Because here's the thing. The reason why I say don't get into a business just for money, you're not going to make money right away. Most people aren't going to make money. Now, there might be something you might jump into and you did the research and you have the skill level to jump into. Okay, but even in those cases, it still takes a while. See, you got to have a love for it to keep you going. Remember what I always say about success. It's not a straight line. It's a squiggly bubble. You're going to run into problems. You're going to run into walls. You're going to fall into ditches. You're going to have detours. In fact, a minister had said way back in the day about business, you want to take 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. This is very important. Now, the only thing that can really keep you in that business, you got to have some love for what you're doing. You have to really want it. It has to be something inside of you that says, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. That's what will keep you going. Because even when you start making money, okay, you made money that month, then you have to make money again and again. You have to have some love for what you're doing because there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that come up. I know I've encountered a lot of people. Both I've been friends with them, been acquaintances with them, just people I'm getting some stuff from who are in the food business. One thing I always saw with each and every one of them, they had some love on their faces. Like I've seen some people who didn't have love for their business regardless of what it is, and they never last. They never last. Like I hadn't talked about that buffalo wing guy in a long time. Now he had some love for his business. That's why he was successful. And even he didn't start off like great right away. He had to build that up. But I remember when he moved out of the area and he sold that business to somebody. Somebody just grabbed it because they saw the people going in. They didn't have a real love for that business. They weren't into that business. I don't care what you get into. You have to have a love for it. You have to keep going because there's going to be some days, I don't care how much money you make. You might be in a business where you make money on a Saturday. You selling clothes or products, whatever you're selling. but then the rest of the week you might not make that much. I remember this one retail store I was working for. It would be empty most of the time, most of the week, and then real crowded on a Saturday or something. But the owner of the business kept going no matter what, and it's still in business to this day. To this day. I'm not even sure. In fact, I need to find her and get something from her. I need to find her and get something from her. But she had a genuine love for the business. That's why she is still in the business. Because you're going to have slow days. You're going to have days when you like, why am I doing this? You're going to have days where you might not make money. You're going to have days where you might have to dip into your emergency fund. But the only thing that keeps you going, the only thing that will keep you changing up things, you got to have a genuine love for it. And that'll keep you into it. Remember at the beginning of this video, I said when I got into publishing, it was 6 years before I really made money. 6 years. 6 years. When I started, between the time I started the business, registered the business, and then when I actually made money, it was 6 years. In fact, it was a situation where, I really, it was keeping going. I had to have other jobs, other stuff I was doing, but I stayed with it. I put my whatever free time I had, I put into it because, hey, even to this day, I love writing. Even despite everything I'm making money with now, that's still my main thing. Yeah, I got some more books in me, y'all, but I have love for it. I could just give it up. And I'm still making money with publishing, but I could just give it up. I could just say, man, I don't need to do this anymore. I'm making money doing this other thing. I was like, no, I'm still a publisher. I'm still a writer and everything. But because I have love for it, that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you like trying to figure out what you have to do. Because it's going to be tough. There's been stories of people sleeping if they have a brick and mortar, sleeping at their brick and mortar. But they love the business. They love the business. Now, that's very important. That's very important. Yes, you want to make money. Let's just be clear on that. But you have to be in a position where you love the business because that's what's going to keep you going. And it's from that love, that's where the money is going to spring from. That's very important. That is very important. You got to keep going with it. Don't get into a business just think, oh yeah, they making all this money in there. You got to have some love for it because trust me, in most cases, it's not going to be easy. There might be something out there, you have the talent for, you can jump right into and make money right away. Hey, more power to you. And shoot, I hope you can do that. But let's just be real on it. When you get into any business, you really, it can take a while to build. It can take a while. Seriously, it can take a while to build. You talk to any business owner, like you get to know any business owner, they will tell you that, all right? So don't get in just for money. You have some love for it. It's from that love and sticking with it that you can make money, but don't get into a business just for money, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. You know the deal. Let's go make that money.